right? So as we know, there's been a young lady that recently came out and has allegations against the squaler. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna get into that in a minute, right? This person been acting like they been so squeaky. Ain't nobody never said my name. Ain't nobody ever said I did anything. Well, the day has come, right? The day has come. And it's very sad how he got up there and just tried to shoot this young woman down and victim shame her and stuff. It's kind of crazy. This nigga has no coof. And they even talk about her mother, you know, like, here's the interesting thing, right? I finally realized why this nigga has no regards for nobody's mother. He has no respect for nobody's mother. More recently, he just did an interview and he's talking about Diddy's mother, and she was at freak offs. Just like, yo, bro, this nigga is so disrespectful. He has no respect for women or his elders. And so that's why, and I was just curious to what man does this, right? Outside of a man that's a big bitch, right? But doing my research, and I found out, according to his books, right? He wasn't raised by his mother. He didn't even know who his mother was. And this would explain why he's disrespectful to this girl and talk about her mother, talk about Diddy mother, talk about my mother. This nigga was not raised by his mother. His mother had him when she was 16, allegedly. You know this nigga lied so goddamn much. But you know, his mother had him with 16. How you gonna talk about my mother? Even as an addict, my mother raised me, nigga. You ain't even know who your mother was. You thought your grandparents were your mother, your parents. You got to know to be sitting out here talking about people mothers, and your mother had you when she was 16 years old. Why would you be disrespecting people when your mother had you at 16 and you didn't even know who your mother was? According to you, you didn't know who your mother was. You thought your grandparents were your mother. So you out here disrespecting and talking about people mothers. It makes sense now. Nigga, you ain't know who your mother was until you was a teenager. And you found out at a dinner with niggas arguing. The whole time you thought your grandparents was your fucking parents. This is why you don't have respect for mothers, because you're so mad at your own mother that you take it out on all of us and talk about our mothers. That would explain to me why you don't have respect for your elders or mothers, because your mother didn't raise you. And she had you when she was 16. And you was a disrespectful nigga. Now it makes sense. Now it all makes sense. So I'm not offended when you're talking about my mother, because you are broken. You're a broken child. You've been neglected by your mother. She dropped you off on the doorstep of your grandparents. That's why you don't have respect for Janice Combs. That's why you don't have respect for this girl you throwing her mother in it, putting blame on her mother. This is why you could talk bad about my mother. Because your mother didn't raise you, nigga, for you to have compassion and respect for your elders. That's sad, bro. But I'm going to be sympathetic. You know, I'm going to be very sympathetic, because a lot of people was raised by their grandparents. I don't know if in that capacity, to where, people are lying to you, telling you other people are your parents and they not. And this story has happened many a times in many of families, white, black, Spanish, Chinese. It happened a lot, you know. So I see and I understand you, brother. You are broken. You're a broken little boy who probably just missing his mama. You know, rest in peace to your mama. I understand now. You broken because you didn't know who you've been lied to all your life. This is why you could disrespect Janice Combs, because you hate mothers, because you hated your own mother possibly. Your mother ain't start taking care of you until you was in your teens. My mother birthed me from the nipple, nigga. My mother breastfed me all the way up until today. My mother still raising me, nigga. This is why I'm on chill mode, because I respect my elders. This is why I never disrespected anybody in your family, because my mother taught me better. So I get it now why you could talk about people, mothers, and the ill hatred, because you see, when you hear mother, you feel abandoned. That's what it is. And you know what? I'm not going to joke about it because that's some real heartfelt shit. I couldn't imagine being raised by somebody thinking that they my mother, to come to find out that they wasn't, and then to find out that my mother abandoned me. That shit must hurt. I understand now. So I'm one that respect my elders. I'm one that respect those women. So once again, I'm not going to shit on your moms for leaving you, because she was young. She was out there. You talking about my mom was out there being a junkie to seven. Your moms was out there doing things before she was old enough. And this is why you was raised by your grandparents. And be glad that she gave you to your grandparents and not put you in the foster home or leave your ass in the fucking dumpster. But I understand now why you can get up here and talk about niggas' mothers with an ill hatred. Because when you see us and our mothers, you envy us. You envy Puffy that his mother's still around and raised him. You envy him, bro. You envy me that I had a mother that was on drugs and still raised a fucking fine gentleman. You jealous. That's why you could talk bad about my mother. You hate your mother. That's what that is. That is what that is. It makes all the sense. You know what I'm saying? But rest in peace to your mother. Who knows why she had to do what she had to do? Who knows where the fuck your father was that your mother had to give you to the grandparents? Where was your daddy, nigga? My daddy was there. So for me, it makes all the sense in the world why you a big bitch. Because you didn't have a strong man in the house to raise you. You was raised by your granddad and your grandma, right? So you 60 something years old. Your mother was only 16 years older than you. And you out here talking about niggas' mothers. You out here shaming Janice Combs and talking about Janice Combs. And your own mother didn't raise you. Come on, my nigga. Come on, Gene. You need to stop. You really need to stop and start respecting your elders. Elderly ass nigga. You really need to start respecting women and respecting your elders. That's a shame, man. I didn't, man, brother, I'm going to pray for you. You need prayer. You know what I'm saying? You need prayer. So y'all send a prayer up for him because now we know why he's broken and why he disrespect women. Because he was dropped off at the doorstep. You know what I'm saying? And I think he harbors ill hatred towards his own mother. This is why he could disrespect our mothers, because his mother didn't raise him. Shout out discretion. I see you. So there's a woman that came out more recently, right? Let me pull that up actually.